one of the things which is shocking about that election is what the election observers has written is that one of them is that the head of Richard Masuvoyo, the head of SADC Election Observers Mission, wrote on November 3rd, 2025, that despite carrying their accreditation identities, our observers in Tanga town were subjected to aggressive interrogation by security forces and had their official documents, including their passports, seized, though later returned and were forced to delete mission-related photographs from their official gadgets. Now, this is an election. You've been taken, or you've gone there to report as an observer. Yet, the government officials are forcing you to delete photos of what you've seen. So that was not an election. It was a sham. It's a travesty to the justice of system of any country that people can do elections and still even stop the observers from actually taking photos of what they were witnessing. Crazy stuff out there. And I hope the people will be allowed to bury their loved ones, because I hear things are like the government will not allow, but will bury those killed people in the mass graves, which would be a disaster to the parents who lost their young ones. And away from from Tanzania, let's get to South Sudan and see what the Hemeti and his RSF are saying. And now we are saying that Hemeti has emerged as a dominant figure of South Sudan political stage, with his paramilitary rapid support forces now controlling half of the country. And the man, Hemeti, rose from selling camels and gold, and now the warlord is known to be one of the controlling figures. So if you know, you know. You know where those arms are passing through. Can Kenyan just stop giving this? And away from South Sudan, former U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney has passed away at 84, according to statement from his family. Dick Cheney, you remember, was a very good guy. He was a vice president to George W. Bush from 2001 and 2009, and also held key roles as Secretary of Defense and White House Chief of Staff. So the great man has rested finally at 84. So it is what it is. We're just looking at what's happening across the globe for this part of the show. Then we come back to Kenya, what you can see. But let me, before we go to the next segment, the most interesting thing is that the United Opposition lineup, I don't know whether it's true, but Rigijik wants 50% of the government, Kalonzo for president, Natembeya for DP, Matiang'i for PM, Wamalwa, Eugene for National Assembly Speaker, and Martha Karua for Senate Speaker. Do you guys think that that's a right lineup for United Opposition? Do you think that they would achieve it and sit William Samoei Ruto? Because they're saying that that's their lineup. If they agree as United Opposition to face William Ruto in 2027, would you prefer Kalonzo as your presidential candidate, Matiang'i as your PM, and Gachagua to control 50% of government? Interesting. It seems like men have sat down and decided to share the spoils. And it doesn't matter how you vote. Your vote will not count. It's how they will share the spoils. It's high time, Kenyans, you vote for people who would help you, not people who are thinking of sharing the spoils. And if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And you remember that gentleman who survived in Air India crash? Yes, the one person who survived out of 241 is saying he's suffering from PTSD, that is post-traumatic stress disorder, every day. And he says that every day is painful, my friend. Imagine 241 people died. You are the only sole survivor, my friend. Before you get over it, pray to God. DJ Chance, twende kazi.